Good, thank you.
How much I weigh?
154.
154?
Yes, sir.
All right, weigh me one more time.
All right, 150.
150? Why are they doing?
Tank maybe walks around at 150. Maybe. We know he's not walking around at 170. We could maybe say 160, but we know without a shadow of a doubt 150.
You ready?
Don't dump it on me, though.
Put it on that side.
Put it on that side. On that side, Kurt.
Curtis, we finally got him in some water, right?
Got him in there.
No, that weight class and tank weight class, you have to be concerned about that. So we got to be laser focused and just do.
Gervonta Davis is looking bigger, sharper, and more powerful than ever as he prepares for his upcoming fight with Jake Paul. Analysts have noticed that Tank's strategy seems laser-focused on body work. He's targeting Jake's midsection with precision, breaking him down piece by piece to drain his energy and force his guard to drop. This kind of calculated body attack could be the key to setting up a devastating knockout later in the fight. It's a smart, disciplined plan that shows Tank isn't just relying on power. He's thinking several steps ahead.
See, bro, this is why Tank pisses me off, man. Look at the talent and the skill and the effortless power and snap and rotation and change of direction and angle cutting that Tank possesses. But look at where all these punches are aimed. Everything to the body here. Everything to the body. Chopping, downstairs, chopping. Even his shots upstairs here, that's still a body shot on.
Boxing star David Benavidez has shared his honest take, saying he'd rather see Gervonta "Tank" Davis face elite boxers like Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney before stepping into the ring with Jake Paul. According to Benavidez, those are the real legacy fights that would define Tank's career. While he admits the Jake Paul bout is a massive payday, he also warns that it's not a true test of skill, more of a risky size mismatch where Jake's power could be a real threat.
Tank accepting that fight, but I would tell you my problem about that.
Okay.
You know, I don't want nobody to feel mad.
Okay.
Not about the fight. I just want to see Tank fight Shakur Stevens, Devin Haney, all the fights, man. Like, you know what I mean? I think it's Tank. You know, as a world champion first, he should give us those fights. Because those are the fights I want to see. Not taking anything away from the fight with Jake Paul. I know it's going to be a big fight with big money, but it's not really. It's competitive to the point where it's not really about the skill. It's about the size and the skill. You know what I mean? Because Tank is way smaller than Jake Paul. You know, but we know that if he lands a good shot, it could be over for Tank. But also, in my opinion, Jake Paul is so big that if he lands the right shot, maybe if he lands in the back of the head or in the side of the head, it might be over too. So it's not really about.
David Benavidez also weighed in on the Tank Davis versus Roach fight, saying the draw was a fair outcome and proved Roach deserves to be recognized among the elite. He expressed disappointment that Tank hasn't pursued a rematch, believing it robs Roach of a chance to showcase his true potential. Benavidez even mentioned that if the referee had ruled Tank's knee as a knockdown, the decision could have easily gone in Roach's favor.
I think Roach showed that he deserves to be in there. And it sucks too because Roach, to be honest with you, the first fight, I didn't expect Roach to really do much in the first fight. And not only is he's taking another opportunity away from Roach to show his greatness, because he showed that he could, you know, he's on the same level as Gervonta Davis. You know, for the rematch, you know, that was going to be his way to prove himself. But now that's not happening.
Do you think that draw was the right decision, even with the knee not being counted? Or do you think maybe the knee should have been counted as a knockdown?
I think it's the referee's job to make those decisions. You know what I mean? I think if he would have made that call, then yeah, Roach would have.
Saying that even if the fight with Jake Paul is just an exhibition, Gervonta Davis would still come out on top. He predicted that once Tank gets caught with a clean shot, his competitive fire and temper would kick in, turning the match into a real fight. Vargas believes that moment could lead to a highlight reel knockout, one so explosive that fans won't be able to look away, no matter what the rules say.
No winner. Exhibition.
But I see Gervonta getting hit with something, and he just gets mad, bro. Because he can't control his temper sometimes, from what I've seen, you know, and I think he'll try to put it on.
You think that ends in a knockout? That would be insane.
It would be insane, bro. It would be insane. People are gonna watch it regardless.
I know. I'm excited for it.
Hey, so am I. I want to be there.
But it it was supposed to be what, in Georgia first or something?
Lamont Roach shared that he isn't overly interested in the Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis matchup. While he respects the entertainment value and the buzz it's creating, he doesn't see it as a serious fight from a professional boxing perspective. During a recent press event, Gervonta mentioned he's simply doing what's best for himself by taking the Jake Paul fight instead of facing top contenders like Roach. Analyst Brian Custer suggested that decision likely comes down to money, estimating Tank could earn around $40 million from the bout, making it a financially smart move even if it's not the most competitive matchup.
I'm a real boxer. Like, I'm not saying, like, you know what I'm saying? It's for like I said yesterday, it's for shits and giggles. Like, it's cool, it's entertainment. I get it. It's very entertaining, but outside of entertainment, like, I really don't care for it too much.
At the press conference, I asked Gervonta, you know, why Jake Paul? Why not Lamont Roach? And he said, listen, quote, I'm not trying to put too much out there, but I'm doing what's best for me and what's right for me.
Let me ask you a question. How do you assess that?
It sounds like to me that I'm getting, you know, guaranteed at least 40 million, and I'm going to go.
Looking ahead, Claressa Shields offered her take on the situation, questioning why Gervonta Davis would even consider retirement after facing Jake Paul instead of taking on real challenges like Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, or even running it back with Ryan Garcia. Shields argued that as one of the top names in boxing, Tank should be motivated to silence the critics and prove himself against the sport's best, especially those who've called him out in the past.
The thing is that when two fighters want to fight, they fight. So it's always like, I don't care what nobody say. Gervonta got skills out this world. He's a scary dude. He's scary. Ain't no way he say he's supposed to come back and get Shakur, Devin, Ryan, Teofimo, whoop all these. Now he like, I'm about to retire after I fight Jake. No, I don't let nobody talk about me like that. The way that Shakur disrespect him, the way that Devin talked to him, the way that Ryan, he already knocked out Ryan. The way that these dudes be talking, he supposed to come back and get them. He the man, right? He where everybody say is the best. I ain't leaving no food on the table. When I'm done boxing, I'm whooping all these girls.
Furthermore, Claressa Shields shared her thoughts on potential matchups for Gervonta Davis. She believes Shakur Stevenson has the best chance of defeating Tank, given his precision and defensive mastery. Shields also acknowledged that Devin Haney could outbox Davis over the rounds, but warned that Tank's knockout power would make that a risky fight for Haney. She went on to name Terrence Crawford as another elite fighter with both the skill and mentality to step up to that kind of challenge.
You think of Gervonta?
I think Shakur Gervonta Davis, and I used to think Devin. I think Devin can outbox Tank, but once Tank catch him, it's gonna be a long night. But only person I think that can beat him is Shakur. I'm trying to think is anybody else. I'm not gonna say I think that Teofimo can beat him. I think that Teofimo is gifted, but I don't think he can beat Tank. As far as in the men, it's only a few men who I know will fight anybody, and people not gonna like this. But that's Shakur, and that is Terrence Crawford. I don't know about the rest of these men.
I'll give you one more. Devin Haney.
Devin Haney fight anybody. He go to their country and fight.
Chris Algieri didn't mince words when sharing his thoughts on Gervonta Davis. He claimed that Tank has been mentally checked out of boxing since before his last fight, referencing an old interview where Davis mentioned wanting to retire and focus more on family life. Algieri suggested that the recent draw was the final indication of Tank's fading motivation, arguing that Davis is now steering clear of high-risk opponents because his hunger for tough challenges has diminished. In Algieri's view, the Jake Paul matchup looks more like a cash-out fight, a final payday before walking away from the sport.